When you think of having or needing a mentor, the thousands of kids who grow and develop under these kinds of arrangements probably come to mind. Adult mentors for kids can make a huge difference in what kids learn about the world, but mentors can also make a huge difference for adults. Career advisor Robin Fleischer from the University of Phoenix with me now live to share what mentoring can do for you mid-career. Good morning to you.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Definitely. The university conducted its first Career Optimism Index last year, right, and found that 55% of respondents said they needed help connecting with others in their current or desired field. 43% wanting to expand their skill set, but not knowing how to begin. Both feelings most likely aggravated by COVID.
Exactly, right. It's been so difficult with COVID for people to connect when they've been at work from home opportunities or laid off, unemployed. It's made it difficult for people to be able to reach out and connect with others face to face, or when they're home, they're not sure how to do this virtually and still feel engaged with their employers and with other people.
Now, when you're at a certain level in your job thinking about or asking around for a mentor, people may kind of stop themselves because they might think this makes them look like they don't know what they're doing. How do we get out of that mindset?
Right. When we think about mentoring or connecting with others, it's certainly not anything to be ashamed of or think we need to stop. It's really a great opportunity to build our social capital, our relationships, the opportunity to connect with others, whether it's for career advancement, for volunteerism in our community, because relationships are so important. And we found that not only is it for career advancement, but people who are mentoring are happier, more successful, and really report job satisfaction. So it's a great thing overall, not something to be embarrassed about or to stop doing.
CEOs, 84% of them say their mentors have helped them avoid costly mistakes. See there, everybody? CEOs with mentors, right?
Right, exactly. And it's not too early or too late to stop thinking about that, whether you're a CEO or at the beginning of your career. The thing is, it's important to be strategic, to be proactive and intentional. So CEOs probably did that as well. And that's why it's really great for everybody.
So mid-career, or even as you rise to the top, are you always looking for someone in the same field? Or can it be helpful to have a mentor who is at maybe your same position level or higher, but is it a different kind of company?
Right. It's great to even think about your coworkers who might be a mentor to you. When you're upskilling, reskilling, and thinking about career advancing, there are people who always have different skills than you, who might be great in another field, another relationship that's important to you. So you can reach across the board or up the board or even down to someone else who's in another area and say, well, how can I build this relationship? Why is it valuable and important? So it's great to think about mid-career. Where can I start to find 3 to 5 people who are great mentors in different areas to assist me? And how can I give value back to those people?
Alrighty, so you talked a little bit about this. Maybe somebody's in your own building, in your company. A lot of people aren't in buildings right now, so they're in your network. But how exactly do you find this person? Is it looking through your Rolodex and thinking about who do I do business with? Or is this kind of a cold call situation, which could be eventually beneficial, but pretty awkward to begin with?
Right. For some people, it might be awkward, and we say virtual Rolodex now. Maybe we found them on LinkedIn. Maybe it's a networking meeting that we did through Meetup online through Zoom. And, we can sit there and say, well, what is it, something that I want to connect with? Maybe they have that skill. How do I reach out to these people? We used to do it maybe through a social networking event. Maybe it was a conference that we went to, and we're doing these conferences online now. So we can reach out to these people and do an introduction, which we say maybe is a cold call, but we could say, I heard you speak at this conference. Or maybe we were both on a Zoom call, and I think you did really great in answering this question. I'd like to learn more about what you do. So those are kind of those warm, cold introductions, and you're expressing an interest in someone and building rapport because you share something in common.
Alrighty, that's good flattery. Will get you everywhere. A CNBC survey, Monkey Workplace Happiness Survey, found that 9 in 10 workers, and you talked about happiness, 9 in 10 workers who have a mentor say they are happier in their jobs. These folks advance more quickly and earn higher salaries, folks. Earn higher salaries. And to that end, we don't want to confuse mentors with coaches, right? A job coach,
Right.
even though successful, may have never managed at your level, whereas a mentor can be a role model who's been there and done that.
Exactly. It's someone you admire. It's someone who does something really well that you say, gosh, I'd really like to be like this person. Maybe I'd strive to be in their role in another company someday. So you're expressing flattery to them, like you mentioned, and you're saying, how can you share your skill set with me or give me some advice? What would you suggest I do? And in the same vein, you want to say, how can I give value back to them? Because it's kind of a give and take relationship. That's how you nurture and build that social capital and those relationships with your mentors. So you're saying, here's what I'm asking from you. You're being very strategic, but you're saying maybe I can offer them help in a presentation. Maybe I share an article. Maybe there's someone I know that I can introduce them to in my network as well moving forward, because you want to nurture that relationship.
All righty. Remember, it is a two-way street, but mentors can help even us adults. Thank you so much, Robin, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.